In today's episode, I fiddle with the carburetor. Think I fixed my car multiple times when in fact I actually didn't. And I go ahead and drive Benny all the way to North Carolina on a test drive. Well, what's up guys and welcome back to 3G Video, where today we are working in the shop a little bit on Benny, my 1984 Volvo 240 station wagon. Today we're going to do a little bit of maintenance, upkeep, getting him ready to go to Southeast Street and Heat next week. It's going to be a good time. Let's go and get started with today's video. Alright, so as I said, we are going to be doing some work on Benny because if you saw last video on my way back across the country, just getting home after 666, had some issues with the carburetor. Now, I am keeping this thing carbureted because it's simple and it's easy to fix. Like today, we just have to swap out a power valve, which is super simple. It has been idling not great, under part throttle not great, but under full throttle it accelerates perfectly fine. That's an indication that the power valve is bad and it's been getting terrible gas mileage. So, I mean, obviously it's not going to get great gas mileage to begin with, but it's been worse than normal. So, we're going to go ahead and tear this thing apart and get it fixed. Carburetor apart, and I got our power valve out of it. Now, I think I did a rookie mistake here. I found two gaskets in there. If you know anything about like an oil filter, you know that if whenever you take it off, you can accidentally leave the old O-ring and then put the new one on, double ring it, and then it leaks. Well, I think I might have done the same thing here with our power valve, but why it held so long and then started having issues, I'm not sure. So it doesn't look like there's necessarily anything wrong with this. However, I am going to go ahead and change it out for a new one. I actually bought 3 new ones just so I can keep them on hand just in case if this happens again. So we're going to throw a new one in here and see how it works. Alright, carburetor is thrown back together. We're good. I actually tightened up some belts. Those were getting a little loose, so got those tight. A little bit of maintenance stuff done right now. And it's time to try to start it. Alright, so because the bowl in the carburetor is completely empty, this thing's not going to just fire up. We're going to have to let it sit on the starter for a little bit to get some fuel up in there, and then it should start. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh, it did just start. JK, I'm just wrong. Oh, it's running so much better. Alright, got the tools cleaned up, got the hood closed, which is becoming an issue because the top hat's a little wonky. It's fine, whatever. Got to get this thing cleaned up and we're going to go take it on a test drive. If you might have noticed in the last video, you actually heard this thing sputtering a little bit in one of the scenes. Wow. I didn't mention it, but it was having some issues, so we should be able to tell pretty quickly out on test drive if it's working right. Alright, ready to take Benny out for a drive, and the sky is looking real pink, so let's go for a test drive. Alright, so it is actually running a little worse. You can tell it's definitely down at least one cylinder. So yeah, gonna have to figure that out. Alright, we made it to the parts store. I went ahead and got some spark plugs real quick and got some stuff for another project that we're working on. So needed to make a run here anyway. So hopefully throwing some spark plugs in it will fix this issue. Alright, well, we made it home. It is dark. I'm going to see you guys in the morning and we're going to get these spark plugs changed out. Try to see if that's actually the issue. Okay, it's next day. I went ahead and got the spark plugs changed out and I think we might have found our issue. So if the power valve actually was the problem, which I am banking on it was dumping a ton of fuel and fouled out like all of these spark plugs. They are bad. So I went ahead and put some new spark plugs in it and theoretically we should be good to go. Let's go test it. Okay, I'm gonna get him started up and get it warmed up before we actually go for a drive. Let's see how he starts. All right, I got the thing out on the street. Let's see if it runs better. Oh, we're still getting some issues. Oh, come on. Under partial throttle, it's still absolute garbage. Like, you can hear it it's down a couple cylinders. But if I get after it, cleans up. So I don't know what's going on. All right, when I got here parked, I went down and looked at our ignition module, and I touched it, and it's really, really hot. So I'm wondering if the ignition module took a crap and is having an issue. Luckily, I have a spare, so I can throw that on here, and we can see if that fixes it. So I went ahead and pulled Benny back up and swapped out the ignition module here with a new one, hoping that will work way better. It's just a Summit Racing brand HEI 4-pin module thing. So this would normally sit in a distributor on a Chevy one. However, I just retrofitted it to work in Benny. When I first put it together with that module, I wasn't even sure if it would work in the first place. So the fact that we got 15,000 miles out of it, I'm pretty happy. I'm going to throw a new one in, see if that actually fixed our problem, or if I got to keep searching. Well, I wired it up right. It just started, so that's good. Let's go see if it works under load. Aww. Alright guys, we went from really nice weather working out on Benny and trying new things, and now it's raining and we're getting really close to time to leave for street meet. So yeah, been trying to figure out what the issue is. Think it might be in the carburetor. Just got some junk in there, possibly. At this point, I don't know. All of my thoughts have been completely wrong and I just look like an idiot. So we're just gonna try some. I'm gonna take the carburetor apart, clean it all out. Hopefully we find some junk in there, and there's something in the metering block or somewhere around that neighborhood, and we'll just keep on trying. I'm seeing I should have parked just a little farther to the other side. Oopsies. All right, got the old Holly carburetor off. I'm gonna go ahead and tear it apart right now. Like, hey, look, I got it apart. We got our hardware over here. Pretty simple. This actually doesn't have a metering block on the backside. If we look in here, we do have a little bit of trash down here. This side doesn't look too bad at all. I am going to have to take our handy dandy brake cleaner and shoot out all of the metering valves up here and then under here. Also going to go ahead and change jets and change my squirter size in here because we've been noticing some issues. I think I can get a little better gas mileage if this does actually work and fixes the issue that we're having, but also get some better gas mileage and hopefully a little better acceleration. So okay, well, the bench is empty because it is back on Benny. Now, I found a little bit of sludge in the secondaries, but I didn't think it's not really that bad. So I'm not exactly too confident that this is actually going to fix it. But I'm going to take it for a test drive real quick, just see. And then the next thing, if this isn't it, we might check the distributor. But we'll let's go for a drive and see what it looks like. Okay, let's see what it does here. I'm not super confident. That's a solid no. Did not fix it. Okay guys, I got kind of frustrated last night and just decided to tear the whole thing apart, took the distributor apart, redid it, which it definitely needed done, but was not actually the issue. Put a new cap rotor, put a new coil on it, nothing worked. So I went ahead and swapped all that back so I could take parts back, but I was like, well, I gotta leave because I gotta leave here in just a couple minutes, and I just kept wondering, what is the problem? I found a grounding issue, thought that was it, wasn't it. Come to find out, my choke was hanging up. The electric choke stopped working, so the choke was hanging up. So whenever I hit the throttle, it would mechanically open the choke. It would clean up, be fine. But as soon as I got down and it was trying to idle there, it needed enough air, and the choke was stopping it from getting the air. Therefore, running way too rich, causing our issue. At least that's what I think. I haven't test drove it yet, but I can hold it at 3,000 RPM. It sits there really nice, and I let it warm up, and the choke wasn't opening. So it stands to reason that was our issue. Really hoping it was. We're going to take a test drive to North Carolina now. Okay, air cleaner going on. Let's see if I can do this in one shot. Boom! All right, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know what it is, but we're ready to go. We're going to hit the road. Literally have not driven this yet. It kind of got to the point that I have to leave to make it down there in time. So if it fixed it, great. If it didn't, we're going anyway. So let's hope that it works. We got a couple errands to run, and then we're gonna get out of town. All right, well, I didn't get the windshield wipers fixed. However, did get Benny running right. So that is a huge relief. Now we just got a 10.5-hour drive ahead of us. Time to head to North Carolina. Well, we made it to Buc-ee's. Feels like I was just out of Buc-ee's like a week and a half ago, because I was. Benny's running good. Thought I was getting good gas mileage, not as good on the second run. I think I was running a little bit quicker, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and make it. It's only 8 o'clock, but it's dark and it feels like it's really late. So anyways, that means that we can just go ahead and push into the night. I don't think we're gonna go all the way through. Who knows? We'll just have to see. But we're gonna get back on the road. Well guys, we are here in Virginia. Got filled back up with gas. I've been on the road for like 3 hours, went 180 miles because we've not been able to take the normal roads. We're kind of on highways back here, going a little bit slower. Having a lot of fun though. Enjoying the scenery even though it is nighttime. Still got 160 something miles to get to the track. I think we're going to stop in Asheville next. So see you in Asheville. Well guys, made it to Asheville, no problems. Look, we made it to a Planet Fitness to get a shower real quick. There's a ton of people camping out here and a lot of different cool rigs. So I'm just gonna show you just a little bit. I don't wanna like intrude or anything. We got a school bus over there, which is awesome. I would love to do something like that. We got a camper, got a van life, got a couple just normal cars and such. Got another van, and some other guys. This is sick. I all cleaned up in my 3G video merch. Reminder, we have 3G video merch available over on the website, 3gvideo.net. So make sure you go grab you a t-shirt or a hat or stickers or anything else that's on there. Really appreciate all the support. Anyway, it's time to get back on the road and head to Shady Side Dragway. Only about an hour and a half. It's about 1:30 in the morning. Should get there around 3. All set and down, get a couple hours of sleep, and then we'll be ready for action tomorrow. I'm so excited. So let's get back on the road. Well, the rest of the drive in went really smooth last night. Got here, got a camping spot. We got cars rolling in here for test day here at Street and Eat. So we're gonna be looking forward to that in tomorrow's video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit a like on this video, and make sure you guys just follow on all these social media platforms. We really appreciate all of the support, and great to have you guys here. Thank you for being here for this video. Do want to remind you that God loves you today, okay? He sent his son to die on a cross for your sins, and we don't want to just take that for granted in anything we do. Like, we're dealing with Benny, and it gets very frustrating whenever you can't find the problem. However, sometimes the problem is just with us. We're not looking at things properly or in the correct direction. So we need to make sure that we're always looking at it from God's perspective, even the little things in life. So just take that to heart today. I hope that helps you. Hope that blesses somebody today. As always, have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.